Good morning students. I am Dr.R.SUGANYA, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today I am going to take about block ciphers. So block ciphers are built in feisal cipher structure. So I have already taught about feisal cipher, that is it is one of the design model that is to build various symmetric block ciphers like DES, data encryption systems. So this design model can invertible or non-invertible. So we have already seen that. So it is one of the feisal cipher structure. So block cipher will have a specific number of rounds and keys for generating ciphertext. Block cipher is a type of encryption algorithm that processes fixed size blocks of data. Usually it will have like 64 or 128 bits, and the design will be like to ensure like security and efficiency of that particular algorithm. And some of the principles are number of rounds. The number of rounds is regularly considered in design criteria, and it just reflects the number of rounds to be suitable for an algorithm to make it more complex. And DES will have 16 rounds, ensuring it has more secure, while in AES we have only 10 rounds, which makes it more secure. So what will be the design function? Like it will be like the core part of feisal block cipher structure which is a round function, and the complexity of crypt analysis can be derived from the round function. That is, the increasing level of complexity for round function would be greatly contributing to an increase in complexity. And to increase this particular round function, the avalanche effect is also included in this round function. So what is this avalanche effect is? It is like one of the cryptography algorithm, we can say, and which has such as like block ciphers and hash functions, which will be ensured for input, and slightly which has diffusion. So that is called as avalanche effect. And what is this confusion and diffusion? Let us see. So the cipher should provide confusion and diffusion to make it difficult for an attacker only to determine which is the relationship between plain text and ciphertext. So what is this confusion? Which means that ciphertext should be a complex function of the key and plain text, which makes it difficult to guess that particular key. So that we say it is a confusion. And diffusion means like a small change in plain text, which makes it difficult to analyze the encryption pattern. And what is about the key size? The key size should be large enough to prevent brute force attack. A larger key size means there are more possible keys, making it harder for an attacker to guess the correct one. A key size of 128 bit is considered to be secure for most applications. Key schedule. The key schedule should be designed carefully to ensure that keys used for encryptions are independent and unpredictable. The key schedule should also resist attacks that exploit weak keys or key dependent properties of cipher. Block size should be large enough to prevent attacks, so it will have only 128 bits to secure for most applications. Non-linearity. The S box used in cipher should be non-linear to provide the confusion. So a linear S box is vulnerable to attack that exploit the linear properties of the cipher. So avalanche effect, which means a small change in the plain text or the key should cause a significant change in the ciphertext. So the input results in a complete change in the output. So that we say it is an avalanche effect. And next is about security analysis. The cipher should be analyzed for the security against attacks such as differential cryptanalysis, linear cryptanalysis, and brute force attack. The cipher should also be tested for its resistance to implementation attacks such as side channel attacks. Next is about padding in block cipher. So we know what is padding in cryptography, which means it is a practice of adding data to a message. That we say it is a padding in block ciphers. So block ciphers operate on fixed size blocks such as 64 bit, and most of the time the length of plain text does not multiply by the block size. A 150-bit plain text, for example, has two blocks of 64 bits each and third block of 22 bits for balance. To make the final block's length equal to scheme block size, additional data must be appended to the last block of bits. In our case, 42 more redundant bits must be added to the remaining 22 bits in order to create a complete block. Padding is a process of like adding bits to the final block. And what will be the mode of this operation? So block cipher mode refer to various techniques for using the secret codes for encryption and decryption. So consider the message encrypted which has been scrambled to letter blocks. So it provides to ensure the message's security to transfer or storage. So here are some of the approaches like electronic code block, cipher blockchaining, and cipher feedback, and also output feedback. What are these D boxes? A type of permutation box that shares characteristics within conventional transposition cipher. So D boxes switch around bits. D boxes come in three different varieties like straight D box. So it generates permutes and supports n outputs from n inputs. So here the first input to be output will be the second input following the permutations. So it will be like this. So how the first input and from the top and received by the second channel, which is being received from, again it receives from the first channel to second channel. Likewise it is like straight D box. Next is compression. So many inputs are blocked and are not sent to the output, that will be compressed. Okay, so we can see in the second dot that has been the data is the message is being compressed, so which is called as compression D box. And expansion D box is like when bit transposition is needed, the number of bit is increased for the subsequent steps. So we have to expand from like one sequence to other sequence, so it is being expanded. So we can see here like from 1 to 3 that it is being expanded. Okay, so this is called expansion D box. Next is S box. We can see like it can also the n bit words as inputs, but it can also output m bit words where m and n are not exactly the same, and circular shift is like cyclical left shift, deleting the leftmost m bits to become the rightmost bits. So these we say. And encryption and decryption of block cipher. So we can say here block cipher for encryption and decryption is just like to convert a message into an encrypted message or code. Here it how it works. The message is broken into fixed size blocks, and that for that all things we can use the algorithm. So the procedure is done for each block of message until the entire message is being encrypted. So outcome is a series of scrambled blocks that makes up the cipher text, and it represents encrypted form of the original communication. Okay, so example we can have like number shifter. Okay, so that below the step is like number shifter. So it encrypts with the help of number shifter. So to encrypt we will be having some methodologies, and for also for decrypts. So we have already seen this example and you can go through this. And there are some different types of block ciphers like DES, triple DES, advanced encryption standard, two-fish, serpent. And there are some applications of block ciphers too, like data encryption, file and disk encryption, virtual private networks, secure socket layer and transport layer security, and digital signature. So we have some drawbacks the block ciphers are not ideal in every situation because of a few reasons. Like only a certain quantity of data can be used by block ciphers at once. It becomes complicated if you have more data, and also if patterns are identified by someone, then it will be the key will be known, and the additional stuff can sometimes make it very simpler. So the block ciphers will be like sometimes it will perform incorrectly, which leads to many problems, and block cipher becomes easier when it is being deciphered, and new approaches to data protection is needed. So now we can see like some questions for this particular topic with multiple choice question. This multiple choice question: which of the following is a mode of operations for the block cipher in cryptography? Electronic code book, cipher, blockchaining, and counter mode. So please try this for all the questions. Which of the following slows the cryptographic algorithm? So here we have 4 options and the answers for all the question is given, so you can go through.